Morning, it's Tuesday. Man, it's the beginning of a new week and it's a full-on week, so I'm gonna shoot this one very differently. I haven't shot a kind of like a couple of days in a row for a little while. So hi, if you're new to this channel, I'm Hayley and I'm the Regional Minister, Transitional Strategic Leader in the Northern Baptist Association, and I'm also Vice President of Baptist Together. And so today I am up, I'm not up that early, to be fair. It just feels like a bit because my body doesn't cope well with a clock change. So it's Tuesday and I am about to head out to Baptist Union Council. Baptist Union Council is a kind of group of people, so every association, there's 13 of us, I think, 13 of us. We have 3 representatives at BU Council, and then there's a core leadership team which is made up of some people that are co-opted on. It's made up of I just said core leadership team, man it's early. It's made up of some of the staff from Baptist Together, and Council has some co-optees on from around the Baptist movement. And what it is basically is a group of people kind of discerning and wrestling with the direction of the Baptist Union. It also involves the Baptist Union trustees, and it's really great. I've got to be honest, sometimes in the past it can be a bit tedious. So my very first council years ago when I was co-opted on was about like kind of pension deficit, which is incredibly important, but I didn't find that life-giving at all. But it's been really good. So they set the priorities for Baptist Together and so forth, so that's really exciting. This one we've got 2 days and we have kind of 48 hours together. Well, actually maybe it's 24 hours. I think it's 24 hours together over 2 days, or just over 24 hours. And this time we are discussing changes to ministerial recognition rules. We're not voting on anything, we're just discussing about whether those ministers that want to be in same-sex marriages are allowed to be ministers. At the moment they're not. The Baptist Union define marriages between a man and a woman. And we're also going to be reviewing some finance. So a big financial review happened, and we're going to be looking at actually how do we wrestle with our financial situation and our structures. They're 2 massive things, and there's some other stuff in and around that as well. But it's really good to discern together. You know, we don't have someone just dictating this is what it should be, which sometimes can be frustrating, but actually is a bit of a blessing. So I won't film obviously the content of the conversation. The Children, Youth, Families Roundtable are leading worship, and the amazing Claire Hooper is facilitating that. And they've asked me to lead communion, which is wonderful, so I get to do that on the final day. I won't be filming the content, but I'll try and give you a snapshot of the time we are together. But for like the first time in what feels like forever, love a Disney quote, I'm not driving. So there's a group of us going from the MBA, so I'm not driving, so that's going to be great. So Rachel, Dave, Gavin and myself are off to BU Council representing the MBA. Now before you say anything, those of you that know Baptist systems, yes, we do only get 3 reps per association, but because of my vice presidency, I'm there anyway. So rather than inhabit 2 seats, I've enabled someone else, and I think the MBA will be the youngest association in the age of its representatives that it's sending. And that's not because we've targeted young people, it's because we're changing our culture here so that actually there is a diverse demographic of ages. And because for so long these spaces have been inhabited by older, predominantly men, predominantly white, we are consciously kind of saying, and not so with us. Just like Jesus said to James and John when they were wrestling about leadership and can I sit at the right hand and left hand, and he explains about how the kingdom of the world works and leadership in the world works, and he says, but not so with ye. And so we're looking at the world, we're looking at what's that is projected, and now we're saying, and not so with us. We're going to model something different. So I'm really, really excited, and yeah, we're going to, I don't even know where it is, Derbyshire Way? But yeah, anyway, we're going to BU Council. Let's go. It is Wednesday. So I didn't film any of the day in council just because well, we're discussing loads of different stuff, and it's just not appropriate, and it was a long day, so by the time we've finished it was 9 o'clock, and then just chatting afterwards, so I didn't get in my room till fairly late, but it was good to chat and catch up with people. Feels like so long since I've seen physically some of these people, which is great. It's also one of those things that, you know, you've been emailing people and be like, oh yeah, we'll catch up about that council, so it's a constant changing of tact, and it's just full on. And I'm really, really excited to let you know that by the time you view this, you will be seeing on my social media, I'm heading out to Poland just for a couple of days, partnering with BMS. So this is just a heads up that from Monday, so tomorrow, this goes out Sunday night, so tomorrow, keep an eye on my social media. I'll try and upload as much as I can, and then the following vlogs from that will be in partnership with BMS, looking at how, sorry, my arms ache, looking at how we are, how the Baptist churches in Poland are responding to the refugee community and how they're building a bigger table. So that is, I'm really excited about that, but it was kind of last minute, so there's loads and loads of stuff to do in amongst that, and I'm not at home while I'm trying to sort that out, so that's just, but we're getting there. So all that's going on, which is brilliant, really excited to bring you that. Yesterday at council, obviously we discussed the finance stuff, we discussed rules around ministerial recognition, and we discussed another kind of development in ministerial training. So we did lots of listening yesterday, lots of hearing to each other. It was really well done. Everyone that's facilitating this process is amazing. Lots of grace, lots of hospitality is being shown in the listening, which is amazing. And yeah, today we are discerning. Some things we're putting off till next time, just because we need even longer just to work out what we are actually discerning. So that's really, really exciting and good. It's a bit of a weird one for me. So normally when I'm here, so I've been coming to council for a few years, and I was co-opted as a kind of young person within our Baptist movement, a young minister. So I was co-opted for a year, and that's always a different dynamic because you're not part of the systems, you're not part of the structures. So they're that, and then I moved to being an RM in those spaces, which is great. So normally for the past couple of times I've been representing either South Wales or the NBA and kind of speaking with that hat on. This time is a weird one. So we every association gets 3 reps. So the NBA have got 3 reps, and I'm here in the vice presidency kind of hat on. So of course that takes a different it's a different approach from an association. So that's really interesting. And actually it's quite releasing, because sometimes I'm sitting in meetings and I'm wearing the two hats at once, and it can be, I've got this internal conflict that I as the RM in MBA want to say this, but actually as vice president I've got kind of this in mind. So not that it's a massive conflict, but it's just a different approach, isn't it, in how you listen. So I've been actually freed just to hear and listen and perceive what's happening across our Baptist movement, which is really, really exciting and a real privilege, actually. What an honour to be in that space. Claire and the CYF Roundtable have done an amazing job at leading worship, like really creative, and today she's going to continue that, and at the end of our time together she's asked me to lead communion. So I probably won't film again today, but I will see you tomorrow. I'll see you soon. It's the first day of spring. As a southerner, this is fulfilling every northern stereotype I have right now. But anyway, I am in the car early, it's not that early. I am off to Leeds to meet with my colleagues from Yorkshire Baptist Association and the North West Baptist Association. So we're just gonna get to know each other, spend some time together. Yes, we saw each other briefly at council kind of 2 days ago, but yeah, this is kind of more localised, see how we can partner, work together, build relationship. So let's go to Leeds. I'm not driving, I'm gonna get the train, so I'm gonna stop talking to the camera and drive to the train station because I don't want to miss the train. Let's go to Leeds! Yay! Hello, it is, oh my life, when did I last see you? So if I've edited this right, the last bit you will have seen will have been a bit of Jeff Coleman speaking. So that's because this morning I was at the MBA annual gathering and AGM. I've just got back from the gym, that's why I'm out of breath, sorry. Wow, it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Jeff Colmar is a legend, absolute legend. Yeah, so I was in Leeds on Friday meeting with Graham and Phil. It was really, really good. It was a good time together. So Phil Jump is the team leader in North West, Graham Ensor in Yorkshire. So we get together on a regular basis just to do relationship, to chat, to challenge each other, and that's good. Being kind of new in the area and to this role, that's really, really good. It's really encouraging to be with them. Some challenging conversations, actually. We challenge each other, which is really, really good. So yeah, I did that. Came home, had loads of stuff to do ready for the AGM this morning, and the AGM, I cannot tell you just how amazing it was. So you will know, because you've followed me on this journey, that basically my role is about changing the culture around us, changing the culture of the MBA, transitioning us into an association that is relevant for the 21st century in mission and ministry. And I did this listening, I did the 100 Days Report, I've reflected on that with you guys. We had the council away day and the majority accepted a lot of the recommendations. And as a result, we issued the apology, the statement of intent. And in it, we discovered that, you know, maybe we weren't honouring our bylaws. And it was time for people to step down or not be re-elected. So we're trying to cut the pattern of constant same people being re-elected. Now the idea of that is to get fresh perspective, fresh eyes, also to enable opportunities for others. And what we really want to do is create a core of mentorship, actually. And that's not been easy. Okay, that's not been easy. And I've taken a few personal blows in the midst of that. I mean, standard change management stuff, but it still hurts. And today was a marker in the ground as new trustees step forward, people that have never served as trustees in the MBA before. Obviously they've come with a lot of experience, and they're younger, they're excited to get their sleeves rolled up, and it just marked a different atmosphere. One of the things that was really clear in the listening that I did was this concept of a boys' club. And for some that was really painful. For some of our churches it led to just a total indifference to what the MBA did. And today we put a marker in the ground where churches that have not been involved before in MBA life got involved. And I can't tell you what a milestone that is. Now, don't get me wrong, I know there's still hard work to go, I know it's still full on, but just to sit back and say, wow, thank you God for being faithful in the difficult moments that birthed this moment. We now have a trustee body that is 50-50 male and female. The average age of a trustee within the MBA is 48. I say that because before the average age of a trustee was 62. People in Baptist life, Baptist movement, Baptist family will say change takes a long time. And true change does. But sometimes in saying that, we put stuff off. We don't go at it at full speed. We don't expect the miracles. We don't expect the big things. And I know the MBA culture has not changed like that. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is we are seeing glimmers of masses of culture shifts. We're ploughing over the ground, turning it up, and stuff is landing and planting. And so to get to this stage 7 months on is good. It is good. And don't get me wrong, these new trustees are going to be amazing critical friends. They're going to challenge, they're going to question, we're going to wrestle to get the best out of each other. But in a culture of churches where we so often cling on to what we've done before, for today to everyone unanimous, a sense of unity and oneness was huge. Absolutely huge. And so I've just had to kind of process that in my head, let that sink in. I then as I said earlier on this week, I'm off to Poland on Monday for like 36 hours, and then I'm off to team leaders in Huddleston, so I had to like frantically pack and sort everything out. I'm preaching at a church anniversary tomorrow in Thornaby, so I've had to prep for that, and I just needed to get a session in the gym, so I did that. So now I'm pooped. I'm absolutely shattered. It's been a long week. It's been a week of journeys. I think there's 6 days this week, 5 different locations. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. 7 days in a week, 6 different locations. Man, quality content. That's what keeps the views up. So thank you for joining me in this week. Thank you for all your prayers. I know many of you that watch these pray for me. Thank you, because we are being holy troublemakers, disrupting the status quo in order to be a movement of people, movement being the key. And it's such a privilege and honour to be able to serve God and to serve you in this way. Next week, as I say, will be a bit of a one a hat with the vice presidency on with BMS. I'm going to stop. I'm so going to stop. I will see you next week as I update you on my trip to Poland and that with the team leaders. Please do follow me on any of my social media handles below. Stay tuned. Thank you. Please do like this video, share it, subscribe to never miss the quality content that is these vlogs. You've been you, I've been me. Thank you so much, and I will see you